So let's start the hunt for the firmware then. If you remember, I'd got this board which I bought and discovered off Banggood. I'd got this monitor which is my point of sale display, my Spider-Math version, and we'd established this, we've found that this has got a serial number on the outside. It's got a serial number on the ribbon cable, but that's the only identification we've got. So let's have a hunt for the firmware with a bit of Googling. So that's the only other clue as to the identity of this screen. The ribbon cable, quite a long number. It's XYX107-50PNL-005. The fact that that's 50 PNL, that might stand for panel. Interesting. So HJY1088 is a generic 30-pin LCD, right? So that has identified it. Looks like there's an AliExpress here version of it. Wonder if you can get a £15. That's not that much. Let's see whether it says what the resolution of it is. Just says, yeah, tablet LCD. More products, so nothing really. 7-inch. Brand name GYHT. I mean, it's just a generic one. 1088. There's nothing that looks like resolution on that. Did it say anything about the resolution? It does not. What did it say on the ribbon cable? XYX070 50 PNL. Let's just put 009 in as well to complete the search. Alright, so it's come back as the same thing. Alright, now this one is different, DIYstore.co. A bit scared to click on this link, but anyway. Domain suspension, right, okay, I was right about that. All I want is just one of these things. Right, there you go. Have I lost it? Right, 1024 by 600. So maybe that's what I need to look at. It says in the instructions, is this board suitable for my LCD? How do you know? Well, it says find your LCD's model from panel look, which is standard to look at panel lock to find that. We've already established that this is a 1024 by 600 resolution, or at least guessed based on that. That seems like a valid guess. It's a TTL. So if we look at this again, to do it by the ribbon cable, we need the TTL output. So we need that. Now you've got TTL and you've got LVDS, so it makes sense that however this works, you'll need different firmware for either of them. So that's fine. So we're getting somewhere with that. And then coming back to this, it says, according to the specification of the resolution, find it in this link. So I open that RAR file. In that RAR file, there's firmware for LVDS for this board, and loads of different ones. There's at least 6 or 7, maybe more like about 15 different TTL firmwares for 1024 by 600 boards. So we could go through and try those, and then it says burn the corresponding program with the burner. No instructions on how to burn. No instructions how to burn. So on this board there's nothing that looks, well, obviously the other board we plugged in a USB drive, and with the USB drive we were able to burn it. What else have we got? Well, there's nothing on that. There's nothing on that switchboard about that we could plug a USB into. That's all the pinouts for that. Over here we've got, looks like a power pinout, ground, 12 volt, 12 volt, or input. so it can't be that. We've got this one, which again is, looks like ground power on and off, 12 volt, 12 volts. So again, nothing there. Maybe that's something separate. Nothing on there. What about that one? Okay, that one is probably for the extra wire with the composite signal, because that's got AV1 on it. So it's not that. So there's nothing, there's no headers on this board that are going to allow us to burn the firmware. Pooh. No clues. So it's going to be a case of finding which one of these is the firmware chip and taking that off the board and burning the firmware onto it. Maybe one step too far, which is a pity. I wanted this to be an easy modification. I suppose the other thing is this 6th HD HC1. Maybe I could Google that. But anyway, I'll leave this project now for the moment and go away, do some more research, because you don't want to watch me anymore Googling, and maybe we can repurpose this screen. But at the moment, it's not looking good.